Up off me? Up off? What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz. Don't. All right, man, look. Here's why people hate Canelo Alvarez. Oops. I burn dog. Let's get to the video. I did a Canelo Alvarez video yesterday. And I know I hopped over a few laser beams. And I mentioned something that my show business partners are like, what? They're not letting me let it go. They're like, I just heard you, ShowBizz, say something that definitely needs more focus, more time, and more attention. What did you say about the WBO? Boot. I know I just casually said. Here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. Canelo Alvarez has been designated to Super WBO champion. This is what it means. It means that Canelo Alvarez is the mandatory immediately for the WBO title for any weight class he chooses to campaign. So as soon as he stepped in the middleweight division, he is the WBO mandatory. As soon as he steps in the super middleweight division, he is the WBO mandatory. And it's not bad. It's not bad in a sense that we all want him to fight Andre. It's not bad as far as the fights that we're getting. Okay? But what I'm saying is the whole idea, this is why people hate Canelo Alvarez. Me, I don't hate Canelo Alvarez. I like the guy. I think the boy can fight. But what I'm saying is, I don't hate anybody, regardless of what you guys say. I don't fanboy or hate anyone. Two reasons why. One, I love boxing. I am a fan of boxing and not boxer. I'm a bigger fan of boxing than boxer. There are guys I'm a fan of, but I won't fanboy for any one of them because I'm a bigger fan of boxing. The second reason why is because if a fighter wins or lose, I don't win or lose anything. I told you guys I learned that lesson with Roy Jones Jr. When he lost, I thought I didn't lose a damn thing. Okay, so I don't win or people win. People be dying and living with boxers and you have your own, they don't even know you exist. So I stopped up. That's the reason why I hate Joe Calzaghe to this day, because that was back when I was fanboying for Roy. So then, Joe Calzaghe got on my list and then, he hasn't gotten off. But when it comes to, here's why people hate Canelo Alvarez. He is already the WBC franchise title. Privilege-wise, he is the most privileged. He is the WBC champion regardless of what weight class he campaigns at. And he's the WBO mandatory at whatever weight class he campaigns, no matter what. If he takes an L 3 times in a row, he's a WBC champion and he's the WBO mandatory. It's the idea of being given something. It's not that he's not a great fighter. He is a great fighter. It's not that, see, that's why I understand the hate. It's not that he is an excellent, fantastic fighter. It's not that he doesn't have a good resume. He has a great resume. People who say he does try to pinpoint and look at the resume and say he didn't do this and he actually fought this, but then love Terrence Crawford or love Errol Spence or love Deontay Wilder, and their resumes can't really compare with his and he's only 29 years old. That's what happens when you have hate and you try to make an argument. It's not consistent. He has the resume. He has all those things. It's just the idea of being handed something. People look at their own lives and say, I haven't been handed shit. your ears. All the ShowBizz kids come. I haven't been handed shit. And then a guy becomes champion and mandatory just by breathing. Just by breathing in oxygen. Just living. He is a champion and mandatory. That's the issue. Okay? And we know that he did what it took to deserve the status of he's a great fighter. But there hasn't been one fighter in the history of the sport. Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Roberto Duran, Henry Armstrong, Archie Moore, Jersey Joe Walcott, Rocky Marciano, Jack Dempsey, Jack Johnson. There hasn't been one fighter in the history that was handed anything. You had to go ahead and make it happen. You weren't automatically gifted. And you know what? That is why people hate Floyd Mayweather. But I don't know if Floyd Mayweather had this. Floyd Mayweather was able to fight Berto when he had Keith Thurman there as the number one guy. You know, there's no other fighter, not too many fighters did that. Not too many great fighters did that, where you were the man, the number one guy's right there. You fight Berto, then fight Conor McGregor, somebody from a totally different sport, and then bounce. Stuff like that bothers people, okay? It's not you just hate him for no reason. It's like, yo, how can you do that? Floyd Mayweather, great fighter. But Canelo Alvarez, great fighter. But one sanctioning body, I was like, okay, look, man, WBC, this is how they feel they can propel the sport by doing this. This is a different idea. Let's see it unfold. But now it's WBC and the WBO. They're both doing, and it's all for Canelo, and that can ruin his career. It can't. You got a fantastic fighter who is young, who is building the type of legacy to where he's a first ballot Hall of Famer already. Okay? And this guy, you're tainting his legacy by giving him things. So people, somebody who's working very hard to have a great legacy, you're kind of bending the perception of the people. It's not helping. It's not helping the perception. You want to know why Better BF is loved? You want to know why he's loved? Because no one gave a damn. This guy went and knocked everybody out, and no one gave a damn. And he just went on and continued to knock people out. Did his thing in amateurs, and you start looking at him like, wait a minute. He's blue collar. He reminds me of me. Nothing's going to be handed to this guy. He start building a type of fan base. You feel what I'm saying? That's what happens. It's not that Canelo isn't great. All you Canelo fanboys out there, look, I done tore this tripod up I need a new one. All you Canelo fanboys out there, he is a great fighter. It's not that. It's a few of the judges swung his way. The first Triple G fight was a draw. People are like, how? You had the Lara fight after that fight, I was like, oh, Lara got him. And then that was... And it's like, okay, a few things were handed to him. Now the belt's handed to him. You know, it's almost like the only thing that could have stopped him is another one like him who was more of him, and that's Floyd Mayweather. He could only lose to another one of him. You know what I'm saying? Another person who has the boxing world in the palm of his hand. He's puppeteering the boxing world, and there's no hate towards Floyd. I told you guys in my live stream, I listed my top 5 favorite fighters of all time, and Floyd was in my top 5 favorite. Okay, it's not that, it's just that I'm not so much of a fanboy that I can't see through the smog. I can see it. I can see it. I can see, this is why people hate Canelo, okay? It does it to the sanctioning bodies. No hate towards the WBC or the WBO. You're trying to do what helps your bottom line, what you think helps boxing. These guys got, they've been here forever. It's not like they've helped build the sport. But at the same time, you're missing the people. You're missing the perception. And what you think is helping the boxing community is hurting Canelo Alvarez. ShowBizz, Lord. Don't stop handing him things. He's a big boy. The guy can fight. He can get those things on his own. I'm out. Huh.